Welcome to the first 2015 Gay Boobs Cheeky Analysis. I'm your host, the Cheeky Bastard. Well, if you saw that intro and you're not retarded, which most of you are, then you'll know that I traded away Dez Bryant for Allen Robinson. To be honest, I didn't plan on spending much video time on that trade, but after finding out what a big deal it ended up being, and that one of our managers was actually a woman, how could I not? More on that later. For now, let's start with matchup recaps and an analysis of the standings. We have two undefeated teams remaining, my dad's team, the Honey Badgers, aka Team AARP, and Craig's team, Tyler Sucks, Cocks, and Dicks. Both teams are looking more than likely to have terrible weeks this week and get their first loss, and I base that on absolutely nothing. Papa Bear comes out strong week 1, not only scoring 150 points, but beating the living shit out of our defending champion, JT. Cute try, JT. Brad's team, of course, is in dead last at 0-2. Really, Brad? You couldn't get one win yet? Jeffrey's team, the Horny Rhinos, had the best week 1, scoring 160 points, but came crashing back down to earth week 2 and got his first loss. But as Jeffrey was proud to mention in the group chat, he would have beaten 5 other teams in week 2, which means, let's just have a look here. Oh yeah, jack shit. By the way, after double checking Jeffrey's claim of beating 5 other teams in week 2, I verified that he actually would have only beaten 4 other teams, which proves that not only can he not make the playoffs, but he can't count either. Logan's retarded gay ass stole a week 1 win from me, ultimately with a Phil Dawson field goal on Monday Night Football, causing me to lose by only 2 points. Fortunately, Logan suffered a similar fate the next week and lost by only 1 point, thanks to Ryan and his receiver, Andre, old ass, eye drop touchdowns, can't get more than 30 yards in a game, what am I doing in a starting lineup, Johnson. Josh's team is looking pretty sexy from a PPR and wide receiver standpoint. Though he's 1-1, I believe a few people have mentioned him as a favorite to make it to the championship. I also would just like to add that I currently have more points than Josh's team. So there's a little fun fact. Isn't that fun? Pat sits at 1-1 after barely getting a win against BW Brad. Pat is desperately trying to get rid of bum-ass flop player DeMarco Murray. I believe his last offer for DeMarco was for a full rack of ribs. Unfortunately for Pat, I think he's stuck with DeMarco, just like he's stuck with his loose asshole and 3-inch cock. Now let's get back to the trade. The first trade of the 2015 Gay Boobs season. Dez Bryant for Allen Robinson. An injured, out for minimum 8 weeks, Dez Bryant, might I add. As you all know, this trade caused quite an uproar, mostly just plain disagreements on my decision to do the trade, but one particular manager in Gay Boobs was really unsettled by this trade. Before I remind you who that was, let me give you guys a quick lecture so you better understand what happened. This is sand. You've likely seen or heard of it before. It's a fine granular material made up of rock and mineral particles. This is a vagina, also known as a pussy, and also known as that thing Logan has never made contact with. Unfortunately, in this cruel world that we live in, it's possible for sand to get into a vagina, or pussy. This occurrence can cause much discomfort to the owner of the pussy, causing them to fuss, bitch, and cause a scene. This, my fellow gay boobers, is what happened to our defending champ JT after he learned of this trade. This trade caused so much sand to enter JT's pussy, it was as if he was naked and made a snow angel in a sandbox. JT bitched and whined about the trade, and even called for a vote, which was taken and quickly passed in favor of the trade. What we learned from all of this is that our defending champ JT probably realized that his win last year was a fluke, and that he's terrified that he can't repeat. He's fearful, for some reason, of Craig's team getting better. For those of you unfamiliar with trading, that's the objective of a trade, for both teams to improve based on the opinion of each team's owner, not the opinion of some homosexual with sand in his vagina. Bottom line, I know most of you disagree with my decision to do that trade, but I don't care. Allen Robinson could very well end up sucking, and maybe I did set up Craig with a stellar playoff team, but personally, I don't think Dez will come back very productive, if he even comes back at all. So yeah, I'll take Allen Robinson, the number 1 receiver on a team that's always behind and constantly throwing the ball. Robinson has 18 targets in 2 games, and he's shown he can be explosive. Oh, he's a Jaguar, you say? I don't remember that ever being an issue with Justin Blackmon. Will he be as good as Blackmon? Probably not, but he's in the exact same role. And besides, he'll likely break his neck in the next game anyway. Anyways, that'll do it for the first 2 weeks analysis. I'm anxiously waiting to see if any of you are going to eat your delicious words regarding this trade. So until the next video, fuck off.